Good morning, angels. Good morning, Charlie. Hell.
We in a hurry.
Okay.
Period.
Angels, thank you so much for joining us here on Tea Time, the place to be for your nightly tea. I'm Nicky Elliott Nelson.
And I'm Mocha Pennington.
And you know, Mocha, I've got to admit, this is going to be one of our harder videos to make just because I think, a friendship is something that is so important to us. We've been best friends since just after high school. We met our other best friends in college and we've been best friends for so long. And I think we could agree on the fact that it is really difficult to see a friend group of any sort disband. I don't know about you, but I'm still struggling with the Spice Girls breaking up and Fifth Harmony. There are just some things that it's taking a toll on me. So when we got the news that, Dustin Dailey, Nick Snider, and Gerard are seemingly disbanding their friendship, no matter what has gone on over the years, I gotta say that I look at it and I'm not extraordinarily pleased about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's always sad to see a group of friends break, especially publicly like that. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, in this situation in particular, it seems like the tea spilleth over.
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't want to touch it, but I'm sorry, y'all. It's been a slow news week.
Obviously,
here we are.
As you guys might know,
they're like, oh, I'm so glad.
Right? Oh, yay, happy for this. Well, so, they go back 4 flats. This friend group are, it's...
Back to that infamous Christmas party.
I mean, probably even a little further past the Christmas party. If you've been hanging around for a while, there was a Christmas party that the OG drama channels threw some years back, and it started a lot.
Yeah.
It started a lot. It was the Christmas party heard around the world, but Nick Snider, Dustin Dailey, and Gerard have, sort of been friends since then. Nick Snider and Dustin Dailey's friendship spans past to when they were just baby drama channels on the Sphere. And I believe Dustin Dailey had a man at the time. And, it was out with the old and with the new. And he and Nick sort of hooked up, and they've been living.
They're engaged, honey.
Are they? They're not married yet? They're just engaged too?
I don't know. I think they're engaged. I don't know, y'all. I don't keep up with them.
I'm always a fan of a long engagement. So if they are still just engaged, that's perfectly fine. Nick Snider at one point was, living in the same condominium as Rich Lux, and then somehow they packed it up and hit it across town. And at some point they landed with Gerard and they were seemingly living happily ever after.
Yeah, they've been with her for a few years, I feel like.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It has been a minute, and we thought that all was well and that everything was good. Now, there was that tragic accident that happened with the fire at the home. Mm-hmm. And at one point, it was said that we wished death upon them, and we did not.
Definitely didn't.
We never did, because I think if y'all know anything, we will take the high road until we get nosebleeds. I mean, we can get a little gutter sometimes,
Every now and again.
But it's the cute kind of gutter. It's the, pinkies up kind of gutter, So we would never wish death on anybody. That's just not what we do. Mm-hmm. But they moved past that. They found some housing and they were, doing their thing. It seemed like everything was going well until Jen made a very public statement on Twitter.
It was on Monday?
Yeah.
Or was it Monday or, I don't know.
It was
Tuesday.
Monday bleeding into Tuesday, and I guess everything is not all right in the state of Denmark.
Yeah. Now, we don't know what started this.
Well, we kind of do.
I mean, I don't publicly. I don't know what was said publicly because Nick and Dustin had put their Twitter pages on private or whatever.
Right.
So we don't know. We only know what Jen was putting out there, and she was putting out a lot, which I don't know. I always feel a certain type of way. Never friends. As soon as they break up, they start exposing messages they had back and forth with each other and stuff like that. It's a little messy, but
I mean,
it's public, so here we are.
We can only speak from our seat at the table. Now, if y'all been following us for a while now, y'all know that when our friendships, we've never had like infighting, but there have been times where we've been friends with, other channels, or we're still friends with some channels, we handle our shit offline. Like, we don't do that. We're not, don't ask for a statement about what happened. Don't ask about this, that, and the other, because it's not, listen, like, we don't have anything to say. But not everybody is like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we're what you would call a thorough breed, We keep it locked, You can put me on the stand and I'd be like, I don't know, I wasn't there, I don't recall. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody is like that. And, sometimes people's emotions get the better of them. And Miss Jen had a lot to say. Now,
sure did.
It would appear that all of this started because Gerard found love. And you know what? I love love. I just love love.
Yeah, she found
I
herself
love
a man.
love. Now, if you listen to Gerard's recollection of the situation, she would have us believe that Nick and Dustin started sort of warning her about her love interest. They had taken a particular interest in checking out his background. Now, I'm not sure, and I'm not certain what kind of friends they are, because what I just learned that when it comes to my friends and their man, I have a certain rule. If you like him, I love him. Anything short of him beating your ass, like, he's cool with me. Like, if y'all fall out on Tuesday and you like, I want to roll up on him, then we roll up on him. If by Wednesday you change your mind, I'm like, you know what? You like him today? I always liked him. I always did. Standout guy to me. But that is just the kind of friend that I am. If you like him today, I like him today. You don't like him today, I don't like him today either.
And I'm the type of bitch. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you the truth. Because you asked for my opinion. So I'll give it to you. But, like, I won't treat him any type of way, like, when I'm around him. Like, you won't even know I dislike him.
Yeah.
Like, I won't treat him any some type of way. But if you ask me, honey, I'm going to tell you.
Well, apparently Nick and Dustin are Mocha's kind of people, because they were like, no, we don't trust him and we want to know more about the situation. So apparently they inquired about his enough personal information that they could do some internet sleuthing, and Gerard apparently provided the information to them to do, but under like the guise of like, unless he's got some charges for murder, I don't want to know nothing about it. I'm doing this
and
to
it
satisfy.
Depends on what degree that murder is.
But it just depends. Like, basically she said, don't blow up my line for some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you listen to Jen's account, they were telling her that his history was not squeaky clean. There was like some child support things going on in there, some harassment charges going on in there. There's a lot of stuff. Now, if you want to see the specifics, you can hit up Miss Gerard's page. We'll link it in the box below. We're not going to put any of her information here because, channels get struck,
Yeah, but she talked to the people, who, like his ex-wife or whatever, and his ex-wife was like, oh, girl, none of that never happened or whatever. And she brought it to Nick and Dustin, like, honey, I mean, she's saying that shit didn't happen, so I don't know.
Right.
They felt unsafe with her man in the house. Like, they were just like, honey, I don't know. I don't know about him, honey. I don't feel safe. I didn't lock my door, honey. This ain't normal. Yeah.
So, I mean, here's the thing. Now, here's where it gets interesting, right? I was able to be nosy enough to find out that, Nick did kind of kick off the public display of things by letting it be known on the interwebs that they were abandoning the state of Texas because they didn't feel safe where they lived, so on and so forth. Basically, if you read between the lines, they didn't feel safe with Jen anymore and they were going to leave. So the whole public display, like, this all went public with sort of that tweet because ain't nobody had to know nothing until that happened. You know what I'm saying? And then I think and that's when Jen was like, well, shit. Since we talking about it.
And then she did, didn't she? She talked about it.
Let's tell the entire story. So you know me. You serving tea. I'm a sip. I want to know. I could be in a restaurant and 2 tables over, I could hear, now let me tell you what this bitch did, and I will shush everybody at the fucking table. Hold on, shut up. Everybody be quiet. I don't even know these people. I don't know these people, but I need to know their story. You know what I'm saying? Like, So I'm reading what's happening, this, that, and the other, and Gerard's putting it all out there. Gerard is like letting the fur fly, right? She's
Her
like
version of events.
She screenshotted texts and this, that, and the third, and put them all out there. And I'm just, first of all, some things that should be understood before this. She was like, sometimes they wouldn't pay rent for months at a time, but they would order DoorDash twice a day. Now, DoorDash is not a cheap motherfucking date.
No.
You could order a $10 burger and it's going to cost you $54.
Yeah, honey, it's gonna
You know
be
what I'm saying?
expensive.
So Miss Jen is like, they can't pay rent, but they order DoorDash. And I'm like, okay, I got that in the back of my head. And I'm like, my mind, the first thing is like, oh, okay, so they live there rent-free. That's just rent-free most of the time. Okay, I didn't say it. Jen said it. I'm hearing it. I'm reporting what she has said, right? So they live in there rent-free, but they order in DoorDash twice a day. Girl, that's $100 a day. So you could give me some rent. But listen, I don't want to take sides. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be objective as I look through this. So Nick, like, she's like texting Nick, talking about some like, the cameras are down at the house, can you turn them back on, yada, yada, yada. And Nick is just like, well, your man did this, that, and the other. And, the Wi-Fi went out because of your man. That's why the cameras are down and yada, yada, yada. Now, I'm reading this in the tone that I think that he's responding. But it's hard, through text to understand what the tone is.
Yeah.
And so, like, the first thing that's coming up my mind is like, hold up, swole up. You ain't gonna be rude to me and not pay rent.
I mean, yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like,
you're not gonna live in my house rent free.
Nah, not today. Not
today, not tomorrow, bitch.
You can talk to me however you want. If you go half, you're gonna go half, then we can have an argument, honey. But if you're not, then do what I say.
You got something on the Wi-Fi? You got something on the water bill? You got something on this here cable? Because if not, you'll turn the fucking cameras back on and shut the fuck up kindly. That's what you'll do. Okay? So I peeped that and I was like, oh, Jen's a better bitch than I am. Because I would have immediately been like, oh, okay, so it sounds like you want to pack your things or you want to divide up the monthly cost of housing and make sure you have that in my account in 72 business hours. Please and thank you. Anyway, I read that and she was just basically like, this is how Nick talks to me every day. And I was like, okay, so that I can see this being a little bit problematic. But when I read into this whole thing, I was just like, so this basically all started over a man.
And she got a man. And then she was like, oh, honey, I don't know none of y'all.
Well, see, like, here's the thing. And
I don't know none of y'all.
This is why I have my rule. Whenever my friend has a man, I like him when they like him. Because I'm not losing my friends over a man. Because here's the thing. He's tickling you in a way that I'm not going to. I'm just not going to. Like, baby, that's not my job. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to have a good kiki, have a drink, order some good food, travel the world. That's what we do. But he's gonna give you and supplement you in ways that I am not. Love and affection, things that people need, needs that need to be met. That man is gonna meet them in a way that I cannot. So on some level, he gonna win. I'm not taking on a man like that.
She should have had, like, if they asked for, like, the go looking in the background information, I'd be like, I don't want to know about it. Don't tell me. If you find something, like, I don't want to know about it. Let me find out on my own. I don't want to know about it.
I'm just like, if they ask to go looking at the
open up the door to that, honey.
My whole thing is, like, it's a weird ask anyway. Like, why are you trying to look into my man's background anything? Like, I don't know. No, first of all, it's a weird request.
I mean, they could have, like, got, like, a feeling about him. Like, oh, there's something off about him.
Okay.
Before we do this behind her back, let's ask her to her face. Okay. I mean, we'll probably still do it, but
so here's the
let
thing.
her know we're going to.
When you're paying half the rent, you can have all the feelings that you want.
I mean, if they were, in our experience, we really don't know Jen, but she lied on us, honey. So
now she did lie.
She could be lying about that as far as we know.
But they encouraged her to lie. So listen, we don't know everybody, but we do know us. And I'm just saying, if you're living somewhere rent-free, you will take the accommodations as they come.
Well.
And they come, apparently, from Jen's perspective, they came with that man. You know what I'm saying? So lock your doors at night, honey. Lock them up. Yes, do whatever you need to do. Okay? This is what free gets you. Can't beat the cost. Allegedly.
I mean, I guess like at one point she offered, she was like, how about you guys meet out in public or whatever? And they was like, no, honey, we do not want to meet with that man. We don't want to talk things out. We're leaving.
Well, see, here's another thing that I don't understand. Like, you don't want to meet this man, but you're fine with, like, scouring through his personal business.
I mean, I guess whenever they found out his personal business, they said, oh, no. Oh, no, honey.
So here's the thing. I think it speaks to the character, because I don't think there's one person who we've ever talked about on the channel, and I'm trying to do like a mental inventory. There's not one person that we've ever talked about that I wouldn't, like, sit right across from and be like, so what's good, girl? What's that? Yeah, no, that's what we thought at the time. You're right.
Yeah.
No, actually, I still feel like that right now.
Yeah.
Actually, and here's what I found when I further investigated it. Yeah. So, like, if you want to talk about these things, like in fact, I will give you the research that I have. If you would like to plan a follow-up meeting, we'll do lunch. You choose this time, right? And you would like to, combat these claims, then that's fine. But I feel like not giving a person the space to actually do that, to just like sign, sealed, delivered, it's done, I feel like that's unfair. I feel like that's a little bit unfair. And
I mean, if they didn't, they could have like had a huge argument, honey. I don't know what happened under the roof to make them not want to like meet with them or have a conversation. I don't know. Like their entire page, last time I checked, was like private. So I had no idea what they were saying, their side of the story. So to me, this feels like Jen got a man that they didn't really feel safe around. Told her about it, and she was pretty much saying, I'm gonna stick by my man, even though I'd known him for like a month, literally. Like, I think it was like they were together for like a month or something, or a few weeks. And she was like, well, I'm gonna choose him over you, in essence. It was like, oh, well, I guess we're gonna leave then.
Well, so there, Angels, you may have noted that there are some holes in the plot line, and we would like to invite, graciously, Nick, Dustin, Jen, reach out to us. Fill us in. Fill us in.
Child, no.
But you know what?
But she had said, like, they allegedly tried to, like, keep her from, like, other friends before. And this is, like, I guess, like, the final breaking point or something. But I saw, like, a lot of people, like...
Now, it was fine when it was for everybody else.
Yeah.
But you trying to cut me off from some dick?
She's like, oh, no, honey.
Too far.
But I saw, like, mutual friends between them and, like, underneath her tweets comment. And it was like, girl, you know they're not like that. Like, a lot of people were, like, sticking up for him. And she was like, oh, hush up, in essence. So, I don't know.
So the thing is, there's no honor amongst thieves. So I just, like, I don't know who to believe. It's just, like, who... I guess I have to go through my fucking mental index and be like, who's lied the least over the years? I guess that's the one who you believe the most. But there's just so much material. There's just so much. So, you know what? Good luck to everyone involved.
I mean, her entire thread seemed just like a... I'm the victim, believe me, type thing. That's what I got from it. Now, I don't know her. I don't know them. This is just what I got from it. I feel like she got a man. They tried to tell her about him, and she was like, nope, I'm not listening. That's my man. I'm sticking by him.
Well, you know what, Jen? Reach out to us. I would love to have this discussion. I would love to have this conversation. And Nick and Dustin, too. Reach out to us. You know what? Let's be bygones be bygones. Let's bury the hatchet, not in each other's skulls. And let's talk it through. We would love to hear your perspective and be able to further report on it. So, Anyway, Angels, let us know what you think about all that tea in the comment section below. Mocha, how do you want to wrap this one up?
Open up the description box, honey. We got links and our handles down there to our socials. Go in there, have a good old time.
Angels,
we don't have our links to our socials. We just have our socials name. Sorry.
It's shit down there. Angels, it's been a time. A time was had. And until next time, keep sipping. Our Instagrams are almost like our videos, except for they don't talk. Some would consider that an upgrade. Either way, they're not going to follow themselves, so pop on over and give us some love.